Alright, so Champions League qualification. The penultimate round happened on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. And the Champions League season is nearly upon us. Today I will be going over all the results you have to know from the third round of qualifying for the Champions League, and also the matches for the playoff round of the Champions League. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Let's look. Let's get into it. One of the first results, one of the more entertaining games, I think, was Feyenoord versus Fenerbahce, as you see here. Feyenoord came into it with a 2-1 lead. And as you see here, first goal was scored by Feyenoord, which put them 3-1 up on aggregate. 41 minutes in with a 2-goal aggregate lead, yet they still didn't keep it until halftime. Goals by Archie Brown and John Duran. John Duran, the former Aston Villa man. This is the actual John Duran. So we went to halftime 2-1, 3-3 aggregate. And then Fred, of all people, put Galatasaray ahead. Then En-Nesyri put them 2 goals up. Feyenoord got one back, but Fenerbahce was just too much. As Talisca 5-2, a 7-goal thriller here to complete a 10-goal tie, which very entertaining. Very, very entertaining to see. Fenerbahce just one round now from qualification. I mean, I guess like all of them are, but I'm going to be really interested to see Mourinho do his thing in Champions League if Fenerbahce get through, because that would be really fun. One of the big upset wins, Paphos came into the game against Dynamo Kiev 1-0 up. Team from Cyprus here. Look at that. They are, I mean, technically they're last in the table, but that's just on aggregate, but on alphabetical order. But they are in the Cypriot League. Their fixtures, they've got past Maccabi Tel Aviv, they got past, no, that's just Cypriot League, but anyway, the Cypriot team, you don't see them in a lot. They aren't even Apoel, but they came into this one 1-0 lead in the away match against Dynamo Kiev. I don't know where they play, they're playing in Ukraine, but it's Mislav Orsic. Yes, it is that. It's that Mislav Orsic, the one that was at Dinamo Zagreb, the one that was at Southampton. He is there now, the one that scored a hat-trick against Tottenham. He got a goal 3 minutes in, put Paphos up 2-0, that got the assist to João Correa to put Paphos up 3-0 on aggregate. Like, that's insane. That's absolutely crazy. And Paphos all of a sudden beat Dynamo Kiev to get through to the last round of qualifying. That Cypriot team, I don't even remember the last time a Cypriot team was in. It would have been Apoel, but I don't know when. Paphos, like, it's honestly just crazy. It is ridiculous. I think they're formed in like 2017 or something as well. I don't know. This isn't superbly researched before each one. I'm just going off the cuff here. But the third one was Victoria Pilsen versus Rangers. Rangers came into this with a 3-0 lead. They were very comfortable going into it. First half, Victoria Pilsen did get a goal to make it a game again. Rafael Durasinmi. So halftime it was 1-0, but there's still a lot to do second half. But then we saw Lyle Cameron score for Rangers, 4-1 up. That was pretty much the sealer, the one to make them feel good. Pilsen did get a goal late, but I was sounding like Jacob Ramsey there. But anyway, Victoria Pilsen, they couldn't do enough. Rangers got their fourth goal, got the comfort goal. Yeah, it was pretty good, just normal stuff there. They're one round now. Wouldn't be surprised I'll see them in it. Bruges versus Salzburg. Now this was a very good tie. Bruges came into it 1-0 win in Austria, but Salzburg came out of the freaking gates, man. 18th minute goal and 43rd minute goal, and they turned the tie completely around. 2-1 up on aggregate for Salzburg at halftime. Then Joaquin Stays, assisted by Kyrian Sabe, young guy. They leveled it. And then Carlos Forbes, yes, that Carlos Forbes, the Ajax won, the Man City won. He got the winner, and then Hans Vanaken, 3-2. And he's really the old guy, Vanaken, in a team of youngsters. You see Christian Zolis and Joaquin Stays and Carlos Forbes, even Ludwig Rice, Kyrian Sabe. There's a lot of really good young players in this Bruges team. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Bruges back in it. They're they were in the last 16 last year, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them in it. Then we had Ferencváros versus Ludogorets, which was a 3-0 result for Ferencváros after a 0-0 first leg. It was a pretty even tie, I think, between the two. Barnabas Varga with 2 goals, and then Salah with the third. Barnabas Varga, feels like he's been in there forever, hasn't he? I thought he was there last time Ferencváros were in it really back in the day. Oh, I guess he wasn't. But I've been thinking of him from Hungary, the Euros, but anyway, my bad ball knowledge aside, just a pretty routine result for Ferencváros, looking to get back to the Champions League for the first time in 5 years. We have Slovan Bratislava versus Kairat Almaty. This is one of the best results you can really ask for, I think. One of the best games. Kairat, team from Kazakhstan, if you didn't know, in the first leg, won 1-0 against Slovan Bratislava, who, if you remember, were in the Champions League last year. And Kairat's never been anywhere close to the Champions League. I think the third round was as close as they've ever been. But they got a 1-0 win at home with a penalty from 16-year-old. They had a 16-year-old, Dasan Saitpayev, take the most important penalty in their club's history. And it's crazy. And I wish more of the world would see his talent, but he's already off to Chelsea anyway, so. In this game, you see the momentum there was a ton towards Bratislava. Robert Mack did eventually get the equalizer, and then when you saw that, you would think, oh yeah, Bratislava they're going to get the second goal at some point. It was a great effort from Kairat, but you know, they actually didn't get a goal for the rest of the 90 minutes. Full time, it was 1-0. And extra time, Kairat just defended really, really well for the entire time. They had a few chances, they had a few moments, as you see here, but just really, they defended really well. They sprung on the counter. It was a really good game from them. And Vladimir Weiss, the coach of Slovan Bratislava, got a red card in the 120th minute, right before the shootout. So 1-0. Well, Bratislava, then Kairat missed the penalty. Then Bratislava made it 2-0, and then you thought, yeah, they're going to run away with it. But the next 3 penalties are scored 3-2. Then Bratislava misses their pen. Sorokin levels it for Kairat. And then Tigran Barsegian misses for Slovan. And Jorginho, not that one, wins it for Kairat. So Kairat wins against Slovan Bratislava, and they're one round away from being in the Champions League. Like, that's crazy. A team from Kazakhstan, a country that a lot of people don't think is real. It was just created for Borat. They're almost in the Champions League. They're one round. They're 2 matches. But we'll get to that. Then we have Benfica versus Nice, which was the bumper tie of the whole affair. Benfica were already up 2-0, but as you see, they just decided to run with it and just go crazy. They got 2 early goals. First was Frederick Arsenes, assisted by Andrew Schilderup, and then it was Schilderup assisted by Arsenes. So that's a nice, just satisfying way for that to go down. Benfica making pretty quick work of Nice, which is bad luck for the French league. They got an extra qualifying spot with the new format, and yeah, it's just kind of meh. Even after they went down 4-0, they didn't really do much. So pretty just easy match there for Benfica. You'd have expected Nice to put up more of a fight when they're going out in the same round as Lech Poznan. Speaking of which, Crvena Zvezda versus Lech Poznan 3-1 going into this one. And then Sheriff and Jai put Red Star up 4-1 on aggregate going into halftime. But then Roger Gow got sent off, and it was Lech Poznan's chance. They don't have the game flow, but you could see after that they really started to push. But Red Star, to their credit, they did really well, and the only thing that Lech Poznan could muster was a late goal. Mikhail Ishak 1-1, 4-2 on aggregate. So Red Star pretty easily through in the end. Second to last match, Karabag versus Skendia. It was 1-1 going into this, so you would have thought Skendia, or it was 1-0 going into this, so you would have thought Skendia might have a chance. No. They actually made it 1-1 early on, but just look at that, man. 4 goals in 19 minutes from Karabag, and then they coasted. So it was a good fight from Skendia. They had it level for over 105 minutes of the tie. They had it within their reach for 105 minutes of the tie, but yeah, its own goal by Cake as well. And Karabag, they haven't been in the Champions League in a while, so they would be hoping to get something out of this. The last match of the qualification, round 3, before we go into the playoff round matches, Copenhagen versus Malmo. Now, I know you see the score, but this was actually supposed to be a very even match. The first match was 0-0. I know what happened to Malmo. This is one of the shortest away matches in the Champions League. Shortest journeys between countries. It's like 40 minutes between Copenhagen and Malmo. But you see all the stats here. It's not that one-sided. I mean, that's pretty one-sided, to be fair, but you would have thought it wouldn't have gone quite like that. I don't quite know what's gone wrong for Malmo. Copenhagen, they've obviously not messing René Barty all that much. But my God, I keep voice cracking. I'm being too nonchalant. Anyway, yeah, that's it for the qualification matches. So now we go into go into the playoff round matches, and this is the first one. First leg. This is going to be 2-leg ties. First one is Ferencváros versus Qarabag. Now, I'm happy that one of these two will be going into the Champions League. Neither have been in the competition for a while. I would be slightly leaning towards Ferencváros, but Qarabag seem to make pretty good work of Skandia, so it's very even. It's very, very even in my opinion. Ferencváros, the Ludogorets, Qarabag. Yeah, Qarabag beat Skandia, but it's pretty even. I'm just happy one of the two are going through. Next up is Red Star versus Paphos, and yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Cypriot team to progress to the Champions League, as it would be. Everyone in this round would be pretty tough. For them, you're just happy that you didn't get Benfica. They did beat Dynamo Kiev, so anything is possible. I would put Red Star as a slightly better team than Dynamo Kiev, but Paphos definitely do have a shot. It's just going to be a tough match, as it was with Dynamo Kiev. Next up, we have Rangers versus Club Brugge. And it's difficult. It's going to be another difficult tie. All of these are very, very close ties. I would put my money on Club Brugge to go through. They were in the round of 16 last year, but it's tough. It's tight again. It is tight again. Then we have Basel versus Copenhagen. Like, we are seeing a lot of really tough matches in this, a lot of really close ones. Basel got a bye to this round, so I would just go with them because they don't have as much wear and tear. But Copenhagen definitely, they got past Malmo pretty easily, so it's difficult. I don't know why I keep doing that. We have Bodo Glimt versus Sturm Graz, two teams who didn't have to do anything to get here. Got byes, but for me, I hope that we can see Bodo Glimt in Champions League for the first time. I don't know how long. They deserve it. They're in the Europa League semi-finals last year, and they haven't really lost a ton of players. So you see what they're doing to the teams in the Norwegian League. 5-0 Strongets at 7-2 Vålerenga, but just hope that they can do their thing as well. We have Celtic versus Kairat. And for our boys, our favorite team, Kairat, it's going to be very, very tricky. It was, as I said, as it was going to be with anyone pretty much, it's going to be very, very difficult for our boys, Kairat. But Celtic isn't unbeatable. First leg at Celtic Park. They're going to have the second leg at home. You see their one of Celtic's best players, Jota, he is out. He's out until early January. So there is a world where Kairat can do this. I don't know why I keep doing that. Don't hit matches then, I guess. There is a world. Our last match is Fenerbahce versus Benfica. Benfica, I still don't know why they're in this round, because other than the Champions League qualifying, because it really seems to be above them. But again, it's the bumper match. It's Fenerbahce and Benfica. Benfica's got the toughest team pretty much in the last 2 rounds. And this is going to be a great back and forth to watch. It's going to be great to see Fenerbahce, Benfica, Mourinho against one of the, honestly, most underrated teams in the Champions League last year. Benfica was really underrated, and I think we will see that again this year. So, all in all, my final predictions are going to be Ferencváros, Red Star, Bruges, Basel, Bodo Celtic, and Benfica to go through. We'll see how it goes after.